Hello, students. This is your faculty, Ragini Dixit, Assistant Professor, School of Management, Babu Banarsi Das University. Today, I am going to discuss with you the provisions related to health of workers given under the Factories Act 1948 for the paper Labor Laws with the code GE 37107. The various health provisions under Factories Act 1948 are given in the Chapter 3. The various provisions related to safety and welfare are given in the Chapter 4 and 5 of the Factories Act 1948. Now, coming to the various provisions regarding health, these provisions are given from Section 11 to 20 in the Chapter 3 of the Factories Act. The various provisions are related to cleanliness given in section 3, disposal of waste, ventilation and temperature, dust and fumes given in section 14, artificial humidification given in section 15, then provisions related to overcrowding given in section 17, then provisions related to lighting given in section 17, then provisions related to drinking water given in section 18, then urinals and latrines given in section 19, and spitons provisions are given in section 20 of this act. Now, we will consider these provisions one by one. Now, coming to the first provision, that is cleanliness, given in section 11. It refers to that factory to be kept clean and free from effluvia and dirt. That is, a free factory shall be kept clean and free from effluvia arising from any drain or other nuisance. That is, accumulation of dirt and refuse shall be removed daily, be some effective method. The floor of every workroom should be clean at least once in every week. Washing by disinfectant should be done. Then, effective means of drainage should be there, where a floor is liable to become wet on the course of any manufacturing process. In such an extent as is capable of being drained, effective means of drainage shall be provided. Then, use of disinfectants, paintings, and varnishing should be there. Then coming to the provision 2, that is disposal of waste and effluents. That is, the provisions should be there for the treatment of waste and effluents and their disposal. Effective arrangements shall be made in every factory for the treatment of waste and effluents due to the manufacturing process as carried on there, so as to render them innocuous and for their disposal. Then the state government can set rules prescribing various arrangements for the disposal of waste and effluents in various factories. Coming to the next provision, that is related to ventilation and temperature. It says that there should be a proper maintenance of adequate ventilation and temperature. For this, effective and suitable provisions shall be made in every factory for securing and maintaining in every workroom, that is adequate ventilation by the circulation of fresh air and such a temperature as will secure to workers therein reasonable condition of comfort and prevent injury to health. That is, there should be proper provision for ventilation and temperature. Then process producing high temperature to be separated in factories. That is, the walls and the roof shall be of such material and so designed that the temperature shall not be exceeded, but kept as low as practicable. The process which produces highly temperatures, that is high temperature, shall be separated from the workroom by insulating the hot parts or by other effective means. Now, the next provision is related to dust and fumes. That is, measure for prevention of inhalation or accumulation of dust and fumes should be there. Where dust or fume or impurity of such a nature as is likely to be injurious or offensive to the worker is given off as a result of the manufacturing process being carried on in a factory, effective measures shall be taken in the factory for the prevention of inhalation or accumulation of dust and fumes. Then there should be provision for exhaust for internal combustion engine. A stationary internal combustion engine shall not be operated unless the exhaust is conducted into the open air. Other internal combustion engines should not be operated in any room unless effective measures have been taken to prevent accumulation of fumes therefrom which are injurious to health of the workers. The next provision is related to artificial humidification, that is, prescription of standards of humidification, that is, ventilation and cooling of air should be followed in respect of all factories in which the humidity of the air is artificially increased. The state government may make rules prescribing standards of humidification. It may also make rules regulating the methods used for artificially increasing the humidity of the air, and it may further make rules prescribing methods to be adopted for securing adequate ventilation and cooling of the air in the workhouse. The water used for such artificial humidification should be clean. The next provision is related to overcrowding, that is given in section 60. Overcrowding is injurious to health of workers and that should be avoided. And there should not be overcrowding in any room of the factory so as to be injurious to the health of the workers employed therein. At least 9.9 to 14.2 cubic meters of space should be provided for each worker. There shall be at least 9.9 cubic meters for the factories in existence at the time of the commencement of the Act and 14.2 cubic meters of space for the factories built after the commencement of the Act space for each work. The notice of maximum of workers to be employed in a workroom. That is, if the chief inspector by order in writing so requires, there shall be posted in each workroom of the factory, that is notice specifying the maximum number of workers which are allowed to work in any room. Now, the next provision is related to lighting. That is, there should be sufficient and suitable lighting in every part of factory. In every part of factory where workers are working or passing, there shall be provided and maintained sufficient and suitable lighting, natural or artificial. The glazed windows and skylights to be kept clean. All the glazed windows and skylights from which light comes, used for the lighting of the workroom, shall be kept clean on both the inner and outer surfaces and free from obstruction. Measures for prevention of glare and information of shadows should be there. That is, effective provision shall also be made for the prevention of glare either directly from a source of light or by reflection from a smooth or polished surface. The formation of shadows to such an extent as to cause eye strain or the risk of accident to any worker shall be avoided. Then, prescription of standards of sufficient and suitable lighting. The state government may prescribe standards of sufficient and suitable lighting for factories or for any class or description of factories or for any manufacturing process. Now, coming to the provisions which are related to drinking water, suitable points for wholesome drinking water should be there. In every factory, effective arrangement shall be made to provide and maintain at suitable points conveniently situated for all workers employed therein a sufficient supply of wholesome drinking water. Then, facility of cooling of drinking water should be there where 250 or more than 250 workers are employed in any factory. That is, in every factory wherein more than 250 workers are ordinarily employed, then provision shall be made for cooling drinking water during hot weather by effective means and for distribution thereof. Now, coming to the provisions related to various washrooms, that is latrines and urinals, that is in every factory, sufficient latrines and urinal accommodation of prescribed type shall be provided conveniently situated and it should be also accessible to workers at all times while they are at the factory. Then separate enclosed accommodation shall be provided for male and female workers. Then such accommodation shall be adequately lighted and ventilated and no latrine or urinals shall, unless specially exempted in writing by Chief Inspector, communicate with any workroom except through an intervening open space or ventilated passage. All such accommodation shall be maintained in a clean and sanitary condition at all times. Sweepers shall be employed whose primary duty it would be to keep clean all latrines, urinals, and washing places. The last provision is related to spitons, that is given in section 20. It says that in every factory there shall be provided a sufficient number of spitons in various places, and they shall be maintained in a clean and hygienic condition. The state government may make rules prescribing the type and number of spitons to be provided and their location in any factory, and provide for such further matters relating to their maintenance in a clean and hygienic condition. No person shall spit within the premises of the factory except in the spittoon provided for the purpose, and a notice containing this provision and the penalty for its violation shall be prominently displayed at suitable places in the premises. Whoever spits in contravention of subsection 3 shall be punishable with fine not exceeding 5 rupees. So, these are the provisions related to health of workers given in Chapter 3 of the Factories Act from Section 11 to Section 20. So, this was all about provisions related to health of workers as given in Factories Act 1948. Thank you.